everyone, and welcome to The Compromise, aka Meet Me Halfway. And today we have a special guest, my good friend Paitra, Miss Paitra Pleasant,
Hello.
first and last name.
She gonna put me out there.
So I have my good friend here. We're gonna talk about a few different things, but first I would like for her to introduce herself. So go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, give my little spiel. Hi everyone, I am Paitra Pleasant. I'm here from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I am actually in the advertising field, specifically social media marketing, account management. And I'm here. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say in my introduction. I'm a Sag. I'm a December Sag.
Let them know.
But no, I'm excited to be here, and I'm happy to support India, my good friends, and her husband Darcy. So they're doing big things with The Compromise. So y'all continue to tune in and subscribe, hit that button.
Like and share. Okay, we're gonna try to act accordingly. So we have a few topics we want to talk about, but first, our first topic is. What is that? You wrote this. So
No, you didn't.
Is that common? Is COM? Oh, that's communication. Okay. I'm
Darcy,
so sorry.
can you edit this part out, please?
Okay, so number one is communication with friends and the struggle and the success with friends, like having friendships, having relationships. So do you have anything you want to touch on with that?
Of course, especially as we get, I know me and you talk about it as we get older, and our relationships, they change because of life. We have marriages, we have kids, we have new jobs, people traveling, or they move for their jobs. So communication is key, but relationships go through different changes. But communication with friends, definitely success would be always being vulnerable with your friends, just being straightforward and clear, and also having a good heart and intention behind the transparency. So always just laying it out and just being okay to be like, friend, where are you? I miss you. Let's link up. Let's have coffee. Oh, let's meet across the world or across the country and have a friend trip. I've done that plenty of times. Shout out to Mia, Seattle. We know what happened.
I saw that.
So just making that time. And I think, again, struggles can be, we just get busy, and sometimes, it might make you feel like, oh, you're not important, or you've been forgotten, or how important you are to people or whatever. But it's just always good to just kind of, regroup, recenter on the friendship relationship, and just say, hey, where you been at, sis? What's going on? Or, yo, bro, let's go shoot some hoops. Darcy, that's what y'all be saying? I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. I don't know what y'all be talking
what
about.
Men do?
I don't know what men
they
do.
talk about?
I don't know, a whiskey bar. I don't know. But yeah, no, just hit your bro up, hit your sis up. Just say, hey, what's up? Let's catch up.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
No, I totally agree. I feel like success in a friendship is just like you said, just being able to reach out to your friend and be like, hey, just be intentional. Hey girl, we ain't talked in a while. We need our FaceTime date. We need our coffee date, just like you said.
India is straight be like, yo, we got to meet on Friday. Yeah. She hold me accountable. We meeting up Friday. We talking Friday. Done.
With Paitra, I be like, because we do get so busy sometimes. So then when I remember, I'm like, oh, nope, we got to do it. Because if we wait, we gonna let life just take us away. We gonna forget. So I'll be like, what you doing Friday? Okay, come on, let's work on our websites together or something. Or whatever, just catch up on life. How's the new job?
Let's remember this conversation, because I still need help with that.
I'm gonna remember. We need to work on her website coming soon. I'm not gonna say the name. We'll let her announce that. But yeah, I agree with having a successful friendship is just being intentional with your communication and checking in on your friends and stuff like that. What was, the struggles. Yeah, the struggles definitely are. Life will take you away. People go through things. Sometimes they don't always want to share during the midst of it. I know sometimes I have my moments where I'm like, I don't feel like really sharing this struggle until like it's over, and then I'll be like, y'all, I went through this, and they still supportive and they're not judging me like, oh, why you didn't tell me when it was happening, like, thank God.
No, I'm glad you brought that up, because that truly is a struggle. Like, again, life happens. It could be family things, it could be own personal growth things, it could be a death in the family, it could be a lot of things, and everybody deals with life differently. And so I think, like you said, I think that also comes just with maturity, because I think everybody at some point, at least us ladies, if we don't know every high and every low of our friends' life, we feel like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? What's wrong with me for you not to tell me? But I think as we get older and wiser and more mature, it's just kind of like, just respect it, like, because we all got our ish, we all got our own crosses to bear, so to speak. So it's kind of like, okay, sis, this happened, cool, catch me up. I'm in support, and we're going to get through this moving forward.
Exactly.
And sometimes that's just how it has to be, because when you get caught up in the trivial things of, why didn't you tell, it takes away, it makes it about you instead of your friend. And obviously your friend at the time needs you.
Exactly.
They, like, just be there, just show up, be ready. That's all it takes.
And you be seeing that on like reality TV too, like at some of their adult ages. No offense, I like to watch y'all on TV, but some of them be like,
that's them producers,
whoever it is, they still keep coming back
because they be shady, don't they?
They shady, they super shady.
The sound clips and everything.
Man, they really looking really petty. I'm like, yeah, but like you said, yes. At a certain age, you just have to know, like, oh, I'm just be there for my friend. I'm not gonna make it about me and how I feel. And like, oh, you didn't do this or that. Support them when they do share the information. But yeah, you have anything else to add?
Nah, I'm a straight shooter right here. Bloop, bloop. Boop, boop. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little goofy and a little corny, work with me.
When we meet, we always laughing. We always giggling about something when we meet. But
that's what I'm here for.
So our second little topic we want to talk about is communication in like the professional workspace.
Whew.
Now, see, to me, I'm so proud of Paitra because she really reached all her dreams, and it's, even meeting above those expectations and still wanting to do things for herself. So I'm so proud of her, especially her story. Whenever you tell that story, it is very inspiring. Like, she started somewhere where she didn't want to be, and then now she is at a super great level making, let me not put you
no, you better be on there.
Okay.
Hush, hush. Y'all remember that church song? Oh, hush. India.
But I'm just so proud of my friend because, she was really one of my friends that I saw like making her way up and like really reaching her goals. So that was always inspiring to me. Inspiring to me to see that from you. So yeah, share some stuff, share some information.
Okay, so like share my story or just communication?
You can share your story too. Both.
Okay, I'm gonna give a very much corporate, high level story of mine. So I graduated from Texas State. What up, Bobcats? No, I graduated from Texas State, and I think what a lot of people go through when they come out of college is the rush of real life telling you thought, like you thought. That's literally what life said. Oh, you thought it, yeah. And so with that came personal challenges and professional ones, but I found myself at a local place, again, still in my field, but it wasn't where I was meant to be. I knew it was temporary. I knew God did not bring me that far. I went through a lot in college. I finished early. I had a death in the family from a cousin that was really close to me, a lot of things. And, I just went through, I worked hard in college, that's how I felt at least. Mm-hmm. And I was at a place for about 2 years, and really kind of got me down. And it, that transition from college to real life can do that to a lot of people. And I'll be vulnerable here a little bit. I actually went through transitional depression. It's a thing.
I did too.
People don't know it's a thing, but transitional depression is a thing where you're going through a big change. And at the time, I was going through a big change with my family, with me, everything. And it all just kind of hit at one point. But now I love the Lord and the Lord loves me, but I'm going to paraphrase this scripture because I do not know where it is in the Bible, but I know it's there because it got me through. But it says to not be anxious, but to pray, basically. So literally I was at this job having anxiety attacks, like had to run out of the building, out of my office, had a heart attack, felt like a heart attack in my car. And I don't know, that scripture really got me through. Literally, I would be like writing little prayer notes and I would say, Lord, I'm anxious right now. Can you just get me through right now? And then the moment would be over. So, I would just have little moments like, Lord, I'm having an anxious moment. And I would literally pray. And sometimes I would literally, every 5 minutes say it, every 10 minutes write it down. But lo and behold, God brought me through that with also a lot of prayer, but he changed my mind. Like, I had to change my perspective, and that's what I did. I said, okay, I'm somewhere I don't want to be. Let me change this around. And that's what I did. And I wrote everything I wanted down. I did my networking. I got to a wonderful place, another agency, finally agency life. And I learned so much there. And then even there, I was there for about 2 years, and it was a great experience, but it taught me like, hey, I'm actually a boss. Like, now it's not like I just proved it to my director or my supervisor. I proved it to myself, like whatever I went through with college, whatever I went through with my personal struggles and the transitional depression, like God brought me out, and I worked with that, and I picked myself up.
You overcame.
And so I was like, okay, I'm a boss now. Now what? And then the now what happened, I was like, okay, I want to kind of pivot, still in advertising, I want to kind of go this way. And then even when I did go this way, I still got a monkey wrench in there. Like, y'all, I quit a job after like 3 months of being there because I had to learn how to advocate for myself. That's something, like, as we're talking about right now, communication in the profession. I think especially coming out of college, you are trying to prove a lot to yourself. You're trying to prove a lot to your boss, your supervisor, your client, or whatever industry you're in. You're trying to prove yourself, and it's like you're climbing up this mountain, but then you get to the top and it's like, okay, now what you gonna do? So when I got to, it wasn't really the top. Like, let's say life is, ups and downs. Well, this was a small little hill, right? I get there, and what I learned was I am a boss. I do and I can self-advocate for myself because I know what I'm worth. I know what I can bring to the table professionally. So now I have to stand up for myself. That is hard to do when literally the only phase of life you've came out of is college and proving yourself. You know you great. Now the past people you worked with know you great because they helped you be great. Mm-hmm. Now you got to go somewhere else and show your greatness. That is hard to do for young people or anybody, I think, especially if you're humble in a sense, like me. Like, selling myself is hard. Although I'm in advertising, so I could do it for anybody. I could do it for everybody else, but it's extremely hard to do it for myself. Like, I'm not gonna just sit here and talk about myself. That's not me. So just learning that. But that's kind of my story a little bit. And then I wanted more a little bit. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know how I got here. The only thing I can say is God. Because literally a year ago from where I am now.
I know.
Like, crazy. So
God be working.
He be working. But if, again, that's no lie what they say. Like, if God is for you, like, who can be against you? It's really irrelevant. Keep your eyes on the prize of what you want, what God have for you, because it's going to be in his will. And don't worry about anything, because it's going to come. It's just on his time. So just sit back, relax, kick the breeze a little bit, enjoy life, meditate, do some yoga, and it's going to come to you because God already ordained it.
Amen. I think that was beautiful how you shared that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Of course, I know more, of the tea, but yeah, like, that was a really good way of explaining it to people, because I'm sure that will encourage a lot of people, because, we're getting to that age, we're pushing 30. And a lot of us,
when she say we, she means everyone but Paitra. Thanks. Just wanted to add that note.
yeah. Anyway, so my little 2 cents about communication in the profession. I want to say, I don't know how to say that. I'm not that good. That's where I lack, because I'm either at a job chilling, like, doing what I'm supposed to do, not really saying too much, or I'm quitting because I'm like, y'all got me messed up. So I'm not the best at communicating, like how I feel in the workplace. So that's something that I'm going to have to pick from her.
How do you feel about, okay, it's not easy. So I will say, in the midst of proving myself, what I did find that was a challenge, in my industry at least, was I would actually find myself a little submissive at work, but I'm more assertive outside of work, right? Like outside of work, with the things I can control, A, B, C, D, and you go get this and you move that. Like I was just very on it. But then have to come and you're under somebody, and again, you're proving yourself. You just kind of have to do it.
Yeah, you do.
They're telling
because,
you to do.
Yeah, you work with them.
At the same time, the way it works, the people at the top are doing the less work.
Oh, yes.
People at the bottom, you're doing the most work. They're going to work
you like a dog.
Living hell. Whatever living hell there is inside of you, it will be extorted out of you. That's how they will push you. Yeah. And again, you just kind of have to learn, like, self-advocating, boundaries, work-life boundaries. That is challenging. But again, communicate with your boss, one-on-ones, whatever needs to be done. You just kind of got to get it done. But Indy, work on those boundaries,
I do.
Girl.
But I like, at my current job, they are very vocal. And like, if you say like, oh, you have an emergency or something, they're not like, oh, you can't take off. It doesn't really feel like a jail. So that's really good. But I guess I'll touch on like, oh, well, since we have a business, like communicating with clients, learning how to do that effectively. We've had some times where we've had to communicate with clients, and sometimes the information just wasn't, understood on both parties. So I had to learn how to call people.
Well, wait, really quick, because my friends, as you can see, they're entrepreneurs over here. They got their podcast. They got their Photoshop / production company. So let me ask you this, India. So how is it communicating with like your clients from your entrepreneurial side, like with you and your husband, the communications they're working, and even just when you're making appointments and contracts or whatever, like how is that like?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like basically, like were times where the communication was not very clear. So it was definitely trial and error with making sure the client knew what we were going to do for them and what they need to do so they can have what they want. Because sometimes people just automatically assume, oh, you're the photographer, so you're going to have this, that, and so on and so on. I'm like, no, that's not how it works. So you have to communicate, those expectations with your client, what they need to bring to the table and what, we can bring to the table. So that took trial and error for us to get to that point where it was a little rocky for a second, but we're good now. We're getting better.
You made it.
And there's always room for improvement. Like I'm over here thinking of things now to set in place.
No, I'm so proud of y'all.
Thank you.
I know you just was like, oh, I'm proud. No, I'm proud of y'all. Like I'm always like, India has this, and then her and her husband has, like I'm always like, oh, I'll be plugging y'all everywhere. I'll be plugging y'all everywhere.
We be trying, I tell you. It's not easy.
Y'all not trying, y'all doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You always need friends too. This is a good friend that helps you know that, even though you're not where you want to be, you are moving in the right direction.
Oh, always.
And that's always good to know to keep you going forward, because sometimes if you don't know and you're just beating down on yourself, you could just quit. Like, oh, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not doing what I need to do, and just quit. But when you have like solid people around you that believe in you, it really just helps you to push and keep going forward.
Well, y'all keep going because y'all be pushing me. They was just getting on me as soon as I walked up in here. Okay, accountability.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
India been on me forever, and I love her for it. That's why I keep her around.
I try, but she does the same thing too for me. Even when I was doing like the styling and stuff, she definitely was on me before Darcy was in the picture. You
transformed my whole wardrobe. Do you see how I be dressing?
I know.
Like, India would be so proud of me.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Dang, the way she said that. I remember when you was dressing real basic. We was struggling.
We were struggling just a little bit, you know, but she has overcame. Okay. But yes, shout out to good friends. Shout out to Darcy for always pushing us, you know? He's the one that comes up with all these ideals. Okay, this podcast was not my ideal. Photography was not my ideal. Immerse Fashion was, but we about to rebrand coming soon. Watch out.
Rebranding. A whoop whoop. What's next on the list?
Let's talk about the next subject. Okay, communication in dating. Oh, woo woo. So, what do you want to share about that one?
Y'all, I have
Tell us about your dating life.
I have a degree in public relations. My minor is communication studies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, my name is Paitra Pleasant, and I struggle with communication. Although I literally went to school for this shit.
That's crazy too. Because like you said, we're both fire signs. So I don't know if that's a fire sign thing, but I'm not the best at communication either. But I don't know why though. Why do you think we're not that good? I don't know why we put this on the list if we don't even know how to do it well.
Okay. Struggles and successes. Let's just...
Okay.
Because you're obviously not dating. I am.
Oh yeah, I'm not dating anymore, but yeah.
Well, whatever. Struggle for me is how to properly and effectively communicate. Like when my feathers are ruffled, when I am irritated. Again, like she said, we are fire signs. I am impulsive. When I am upset, I'm not gonna have the proper words to communicate that you have upset me. Mm-hmm, so sometimes I will choose to hold it in and suppress it, which ain't good. But I'm sorry, which isn't good. But I'm really not the best at it. So that would be my struggle. Success though is when I kind of swallow my pride a bit and become vulnerable enough to just be like, let me just put it out there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you might have to take a beat. You just might have to take a beat. Like, you've upset me. Let me take a beat. Mm-hmm. Let me take a breather. Let me stop overthinking.
Yeah.
And then when I swallow just a bit of my pride, Jesus, and it is so hard. Y'all know when Beyonce was like, kind of big ego, ego. You remember when Beyonce had that song? Beyonce.
I know. What song is that?
Ego. Why, hello, Beyonce.
Such a big ego.
Yeah.
I didn't know which part you was on.
My point is, it ain't big, but it's there. I have it.
I see. Oh my God! Like I didn't even know that we was like so same in that area. Because I have an ego too.
It's maybe a fire sign thing.
And I really didn't know either until really Darcy was telling me that like you're not really being that vulnerable. And like when I was coming at it, it was like petty. And I was like, what? Petty? I'm just like sharing. Like,
see,
what?
For me, I'm not petty. I have a dismissive detachment issue, which I'm fully aware of and working on. Again, I said, hi, my name is Paitra.
No, I will say Paitra back in the day, well, she didn't have to say nothing. Her face just real petty. But she has grown out of that. Like she said, she just will hold it in instead, which is not good either. So that's where I'm kind of at too.
So for me, well now, okay, so y'all, I really have done a lot of work in patience in communicating. Because one, I've always been a very blunt person and assertive person, and I really didn't care how you felt about it. It is what it is. You're not really mad at me. You're mad at the truth.
You were seeing it in her face first. Okay.
Well, nowadays it's just kind of like, I really, I consider how I'm perceived by the other person. If I'm getting to know someone or I'm dating someone, like, I don't want them to dislike how they're getting to know me,
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not sitting here like, oh, they've got to like me and love me. Like, no, but I don't want
You want to be liked.
Well, it's not even like that. I don't want to leave a distaste.
Yeah.
In, like, if they're around me or my presence, I want them, like, you ain't got to be like, oh, I love her presence, but it's not going to be something distasteful. What's going on with you?
Something flew. Okay.
Oh, yeah, India don't do that. So I just don't want to leave, like, a bad taste in anyone's mouth.
I think that's a good way of putting it, yeah.
So for me, it's like, I know, maybe I'm just very self-aware that I know the strength of thy tongue. And Lord said it could be a, okay, so.
Be careful what you say out of this.
Okay, and I just don't want to cut the other person like I know for sure.
Exactly.
Because I used to cut for fun, okay? But I've come a long way. So I think for me, it's like swallowing some of my pride and just allowing me to be like, okay, this is how I feel. And just giving them at least the opportunity to step up and say, thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then respond, or at least giving them the opportunity to just crush me, which sometimes they crush me, and then sometimes I actually appreciate the honesty. Like,
exactly.
whether if they're like, hey, thank you for sharing and whatever. So
be sensitive too. Be sensitive too. So be sensitive as well. So
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a gangster.
If someone says something, we really need to know that it's coming out of love and not, because that can either mess with our ego or hurt our feelings.
But is that really us being sensitive or the other person not having true intentions? Like, see, this is the thing.
If they are?
See,
it's hard to decipher sometimes.
Exactly. But see, me, I know my intention. I intentionally want to communicate effectively with you.
Yeah.
I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not against you. I'm for you. But
correct. Where
I have a problem is I don't always feel like the other party is thinking or feeling that way. And that can be a challenge. Now, some successful things in communication. Oh, like when I am vulnerable about like being cute. I like that. That's a new thing for me.
What you mean? Explain. Elaborate.
Like, I used to like not tell like, oh, I miss you, or like, oh. I used to be very selfish. I used to be like, it's all about me. You need to tell me
how much you want me, how much you need me,
and miss me and need me. But now, like, I actually really, I like telling the man, like, I miss you. How you doing? What's going
that's
on?
Cute. That is letting your pride aside for sure.
I know. So I like that. Letting the other person. There's nothing wrong with communicating your want for somebody. Everybody wants to feel wanted, wants to feel needed and appreciated. So I don't care if it's a little thing. I don't care if, that man opened the door for me. I don't care if he, did something small, brought me a bottle of water. I'm gonna say thanks, baby. You look real sexy. Bring me that bottle of water. Put a little lip in it. But just little cutesy stuff. Yeah. I will say I'm not selfish in just wanting to receive it. Now I actually find, joy in like dishing it. Like, it also kind of makes me feel a little assertive in that moment. Yeah. Like, I'm soft, but I'm the one that's like giving the compliments. Like, back at you, babe. Sexy ass, I see.
I am dead. I need to see that conversation. But yeah, no, I like that. That's cute. I'm trying to think. What is my success in communication?
Yeah, you locked them down, girl. What's your success? Tell me the secrets. Let me tell you something. I only take advice from people that have executed the mission.
Locked it down.
Like, executed the mission, and then you see them living in that mission, and you see like the relationship, you see how they honor and love each other and honor and respect each other. Yeah. Between whether, like, I don't know y'all's ups and downs, but how, like, anytime I come over, how y'all interact with each other, like, I know this man loves you. Like, you don't know, but I know this man loves you. Like, I just do. Like, when y'all was
Thank
dating
you.
and like newly like wedded or engaged or whatever, like he was the way he would profess his love for you
Yeah.
with your friends. I don't
Yeah.
know if I think you were just like, oh my gosh, Darky's you were always just so India can be kind of nonchalant. That's I guess Leo of her. And India would be like, oh my gosh, he's always surprised me with something. And that's how you would always come about it. But I just would watch him like, Darcy really loves my friend. Like, look at how he's showing his love for her in front of the people that love her. Like, that's important. I was like, okay. So, again, I only take advice from when you've executed and you can see the growth, you can see the fruits of that labor of the execution. So again, what's your tips? Girl, give me a pencil. Give me a pencil and a notepad.
I will say though, you're already working on it. So with Darcy, like I was always like intrigued. Like I didn't date that many people, so he was just like outstanding with like everything. Like he was a gentleman. Y'all watch his podcast. It was last episode. Well, actually, I don't know when this is posting, so never mind. We're just recording. But like he was just a gentleman, and I was just I don't know because you said I'm nonchalant, which I am. I don't know if I was just like such an awe, just going with the flow. Like this is like a really good man, and I just everything he said, I was just like, yeah, I want to do that. You wanna create generational wealth? I want to do that. Like I was like right there, co-signing basically. So everything he said, I kind of just was like, yeah, I'm down. Like I guess he likes hearing that he has good ideals. He likes feeling like he's leading. So I feel like I helped him feel like a man, and be intentional because I really did think he had great things to say and great visions. So I guess believing in his visions and letting him know that I'm like, oh, yeah, I like that. I'm down. I will say that was a struggle too because when it came to the work, I was like, oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. I didn't know it's gonna be this much work, but hey, that's the other side of it. But we're making moves. But yes, I would say just communicate that you're on his side. Yeah. When you're dating.
Look, Lord Jesus, I just know. I do enjoy dating and everything. It has its challenges and its successes, but I will say it is refreshing to see couples like you and Darcy or even my other friends I know and the advice you give me, especially when it comes to expressing myself or even just being clear on, again, boundaries, being clear on needs and wants and not really being afraid to share it with that person. And I'm only repeating what has been told to me because what I'm not going to do is sit here on this podcast like I'm a self-proclaimed dating queen. I'm not. Honestly, I don't even know how I got here. I was actually on my own like soul journey, solo dolo. I was really out here, right? I was like, ooh, girl, I feel so great. I know my worth, which is funny because I actually told my friend Jacqueline, shout out to Jacqueline. Hey girl. What up, girl? It was like a few months before this guy I started dating kind of popped in my life. I actually was telling her because I really was at a point where I knew my worth personally and professionally. And I just felt so good. I felt like a ray of light, right? And I don't even know if that's like the only way I can really articulate it. Yeah. And I said, girl, I don't know why. I'm literally driving down 20. I don't even know.
Not 20.
Girl, 20.
Texas.
20. No, and I'm driving down 20. And I just said, I don't know why, but I get this feeling like I feel like my man's coming. I don't know why. And I literally said that. Now, is this person it? I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful.
See, if it starts off that way, because that's another thing too. When me and Darcy went on our first date, I told my mom, I think I found my husband. But, it's too early to say.
It's too early.
It's too early to say. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm extremely hopeful.
That's a good side.
Extremely hopeful, but I just knew I was like in a place like, like I knew.
But that's good.
So.
You knew where you were. You were in a good headspace, good place. So that's like the perfect time. Because that's how I was too. Like I was like, Mom, I'm tired of dealing with these bums. I'm kind of over it. So like, where's the husbands at? Where are they on sale?
And I can't even say, like, there's some women that's like, oh, do I go look? I don't even know, do you go looking? Because I wasn't looking.
Yeah.
If anything, I was kind of completing whatever I was doing. And then.
Yeah, I wasn't looking either. I actually was just saying, like, I'm tired of it, but I was out, like he said, multiple times. We were at the club. I wasn't expecting to meet anybody at the club. So
my parents met at the club. They've been married 31 years
woo,
coming
woo.
up. Or is it 32? Lord Jesus.
I love that. That gives me hope.
I love it. Yeah, no. Just, I think with communication and dating, be vulnerable, be open, be open to a great and successful communication, be open to your feelings being hurt a little bit and pride being hurt.
Pride gonna be hurt, feelings gonna be hurt, but
at
talk
the
it
end
through.
of it, I think, you know, you're gonna be polished from whatever it is, but I think at the end of the day, you do have to be willing and just be clear on your wants, needs, and expectations, and just providing a safe space for the other person to also be able to
safe space. Oh, that's a good one. Because both people have to be able to communicate how they're feeling. It can't just be one-sided. So yeah, that's a good.
And if you need to take a beat first before you can provide that safe space,
if you need a breather, yes.
Because y'all know how toxicity works out here.
Yes, exactly.
We don't encourage that. I don't condone that.
We don't condone that on this podcast.
India.
But yeah, I think we nailed it. I think we gave some good information
Darcy,
to
what
the
you
people.
Think? Blink twice. Okay.
Not blink twice.
I love it. Give me some.
We did that. Yay. Well, thank you so much, Paitra.
Oh, follow me Instagram at pleasantly_me. I don't be doing nothing. I'm not no Instagram person.
We'll put her information
I'm not an influencer
below.
But I be on there.
She be doing stuff, and she gonna be doing more too. So I'll link her. Or I'll
see
put
how
her
she
info
just gave
at the
me
bottom.
an assignment on the low. It's under the cuff.
Look, this is how we are. So thank you for listening, and come back soon. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Was that good?
That's so good.